It's Anything Goes podcast, man. It's your boy, Sean Peoples. Hey, people, if you like what we got going on, like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section, ring the notification bell to keep up with everything that we got going on. And we got a lot going on. Yo, I'm here with my brothers, Mr. Razor, my brother Demby. How my brothers doing today, man? How everything going, Demby? What's good?
Everything good, man, on the up and up, you know? Always on the up and up, brother.
Razor,
yeah, man, everything is good. We have life and strength, you know? Get up this morning. Yeah, man, good to go.
You know, I said it already. So y'all decided to wear red today. I wore red yesterday. I had red hat yesterday. Y'all decided to wear red today. All right.
Got it.
Go already. So my brothers, should we come to face the fact that there's colorism in Jamaica? Or should we just act like we don't notice it? You know, or maybe y'all don't agree with me because we haven't really spoke in depth about this yet. So do y'all think there's colorism in Jamaica? Because, you know, rest in peace to Khanice Jackson and rest in peace to Nattalie Dawkins. Both ladies lost their life tragically the other day in Jamaica. And to me, the coverage for the ladies was vastly different. You know, and to me, it seems like, you know, when a lighter skin tone person and something happened to a lighter skin tone person in Jamaica, it's different. And I remember Usain Bolt and what is her name, Jinx, Sean Paul, wife. I don't want to call her his baby mom. Wife was going through a little thing back in the days when Usain Bolt was bringing that clearly, like, you know, there's colorism in Jamaica, like, you know, because he was living up in the hills with them, up in the so-called rich people area. So I want to ask Mr. Razor, you know, since you're the lightest tone one out of all of us, do you think that there's colorism going on in Jamaica?
Well, I definitely think there is colorism, but I want to say it's not just Jamaica, it's everywhere.
But we're talking about Jamaica right now.
Yeah, but definitely Jamaica have a colorism problem, and I want to say that, you know, even me being there, you know, you could tell the difference between, you know, the way they treat somebody lighter and a darker skinned person. But, you know, I definitely think that there is colorism. Like you say, with the coverage, it was night and day. You know, everybody came out. On Nattalie Jackson was not so much, but, you know, and Dawkins, yeah, was not so much, but yeah, it's definitely a colorism problem that needs to be fixed. I think we need to look at each other as one equal person. You know, we got to change that type of attitude we have to each other. We have to look at each other as one. That's the only way we could fix this problem, you know, because if we don't fix it within ourselves, how are we going to look at other people to respect it?
Yeah, you know, even with the whole the prime minister went by to see the khanice's family, which I don't have a problem with that, but I haven't heard anything about him going by to see Miss Dawkins' family. You heard anything about that yet, Demby?
No, I haven't. I haven't heard anything about it. And just to elaborate on the question that you asked earlier, I do feel there is colorism also. And I definitely saw the disparity between Miss Jackson and Miss Dawkins. Now,
especially while you was on the island the other day too. So
right.
For those of you who think that we don't, you know, we just watching the news, we don't know what's going on. Demby just came back from the island. So he know, yeah, he's seeing this four
play out.
Right, absolutely. Like you said, my brother, I just came back, and, you know, I noticed the disparity. And what I think that, you know, the darker complexion of people has been doing to combat this kind of disparity is lead to bleaching their skin and trying to fit in and try to gain that color. I remember back in the day when you want to say something, brother?
You touch a point where I haven't really thought about But yeah, we'll touch about that later. I just wanted to put that out. You touch a point that
Right.
with the bleaching of skin, that maybe it's not just a disease. Maybe it's people trying to keep up with the colorism problem.
Right. Because the condition, the mind is conditioned, you know. The mind is conditioned to feel like the beauty falls with the lighter race in most cases. So what the darker skin beautiful people do to combat that is try to bleach their skin and use ointments, which in turn, you know, lessen the melanin in their skin, which is very powerful.
Very.
The melanin in their skin is really what the world wants, you know, like that is something that protect you from, you know, cancers, skin cancers and stuff like that, which we were misled based off everybody want to portray the lighter skinned person as the beautiful person. Now I can also, right. And I can also remember, you know, when Black people had to combat, I'm talking about in Jamaica, had to combat against the lighter skin tone people who, you know, always feel like they were better than the others. And our remarks was Black is beauty, red is corruption.
And brown.
Right.
It.
Exactly. Remember. So now it's really a disparity and it's a shame. You know, like you put out that, hey, condolences to both families, Miss Jackson and Miss Dawkins. Right.
It's a tragic situation on both of them.
Right. It's a tragic situation. But for you to highlight that this has been a disparity that I've seen also, it sets the tone to understand the reasons behind why most of our, you know, darker complexion men and women are bleaching their skin. And it's saddening. It's saddening to say the least.
It's a rough situation. And before we go back to Razor, I just want to put out there to the naysayers and the judgmental people that Razor's mother is a dark-skinned lady. My mother is a light-skinned lady. She's lighter than Razor. Demby mother is also a light-skinned lady. So we have the authority to speak of what we know. This is not just us guessing and just throwing out theories. Like I said, Razor mother is dark-skinned. My mother is light-skinned. Or you can call her white skin if you want to.
Right.
Demby mother is also light-skinned. So we have this authority to talk about this situation. And plus we're from Jamaica. And this is stuff that we have seen. So you know, Razor said it's all over. Yes, it is all over. But in our little island, I feel like the problem is what them be saying. I never looked at it in that sense of they're trying to, most people that bleach, a lot of them may have just trying to cope with to be equal in the environment. And I never thought about that until you just said it a while ago, because I always just look at it as a sickness. But when I think of the situation of colorism, Razor, I can see the disparities even when it comes to Bolt and Asafa Powell. At one point, I felt like the country would have much rather Asafa Powell to be the lead runner than Usain Bolt. What do you think, Razor, before we go back to them?
Yeah. I definitely think it is everywhere. It's in the industry. You know, it's like they feel like it's more marketable to put a lighter skinned person out there versus a darker skinned person, and we see that all the time. We see it in the show biz industry, everything.
Music videos, light skinned girls, act like the dark skinned girls ain't not pretty.
Yeah, that's true. You know, so we see it all around us. So it's right in our face. You know, so I think it's, you know, we have to, as a race, you know, in Jamaica, we have to change that perception that, you know, the lighter skinned person is more marketable than the darker skinned person. You know, we are all one. You know, it's crazy.
Jamaica, though, it even not even with the marketing thing. I think it's a thing in their head that the lighter tone person is better than the darker tone person. The lighter tone person is smarter, it is more arguably a better, I guess, type of person. Because even in Jamaica, remember, sometimes you meet a girl from uptown. Remember, say she light skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you meet an uptown girl, she light skin. So it leads you to think that, well, maybe only light skinned people can be successful and live uptown.
Yeah.
You know, and to talk back to the Usain Bolt and a soft power thing. Reason I said that is because I heard a lot of people in Jamaica say they, Usain Bolt do this, Usain Bolt do that. And while Asafa wasn't doing the same thing as Usain was doing, but they still wanted to give him praise, not taking anything away from Asafa, because, he represent the country and did whatever he did. But do you feel in the same light as what I'm saying right now, Dembe, or you disagree?
No, I agree 100%, and to add to even what you're saying, I feel like the darker person, like Usain Bolt had to be exceptional to be recognized. You know what I'm saying?
Couldn't if he was like Yoruba, the way name the next Beast.
Right.
Rohan.
Blake.
Yeah. If he was a Blake, he wouldn't get the respect that him get right now.
Yeah.
Right. He wouldn't. You understand? Because people really and truly try to, demote his success until he kept on doing it repeatedly, right? He had
Can he do it again? Can he do it again?
Yeah.
Right. Can he do
what
it
again?
What did he do? Exactly.
I remember they had a problem, he likes to dance and have fun and doing all that stuff. Remember his first Olympic when he was doing that, they were saying, what is he doing? Why he's out there acting like that? They didn't agree with it, but he kept on doing it, and they came to love what he was. Yeah. But they was not with it at first,
Yeah, because I heard all the Jamaicans at the time saying, yo, him too show off.
Yeah.
Right. Most people were saying that, and that is a direct attribute to, him being who he is and him being his skin. But I'm gonna tell you now, for me, and I don't know if my brothers agree with what I'm about to say, but I think that it goes a long way back to even when, not even that far back, but when Shabba did the browning,
Yeah.
He went back and did the black just because
people are lick out, but
people were saying this. But Buju was doing it based off his environment and what he truly, you know what I'm saying? That's what the environment
what he believed at the time.
That's what we believe. I believe that too.
Browning woman. At one point, I will agree with you. At one point, they had all fools thinking that white women and lighter skinned women are the prettiest women in the world.
Yeah.
Right. I truly, I used to believe that. So, I can see the condition of the minds that allow these things to run rampant. But, we grew past that now, where Sean Peoples right now have more affinity for darker skinned woman. Like you hear him say that on previous podcasts. You understand? Like you say I'm excited. Look how I'm excited now.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing though. I want to one up you on that. I think it goes back to slavery days, from when master used to rape our ancestors and make the kid that he don't like, that he still treat like a piece of crap, come in the house and be able to get a little bit of shelter and stuff like that. What do you think, Reza?
Yeah, I think that's true. Like you said, remember the lighter skinned people was inside the house, was the chef, was the one that was doing that stuff. There was a house slave. They didn't go out in the field to work as hard. So it's definitely coming back from a slavery days or a slavery point of view, and that tradition kept on with over the years. For 300-400 years now. So, it's a thing where we just have to get out of that mindset. How do we do it? It's a rough thing. It's not gonna be easy, but because I see it every day.
It's changing, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's changing, And from my home when I was growing up as a kid, that white man that they had on the wall, and the white
Jesus,
white. Exactly. I don't even want to
I
be
try to can that gun, man.
right. But this I grew up in this era where you had this white man on the wall, and then the Mary and the Jude, all them was white, and right, the blonde and blue eyed thing, and you know, I believe this. I believe this.
We all
You know
did.
what I'm saying? We all did, you
Bro,
know.
we all did.
We all did. So the closer to that, the closer image to that is what we were accepting as being beautiful. You know what I mean? So I think that it's the condition of the mind, and we have to get out of it. And I'm glad that we're bringing this right now. I'm bringing this to the forefront because, like we said, condolences to Miss Jackson, Miss Dawkins. But the disparity is real, you
Yeah,
know, and
definitely.
definitely.
Definitely there. And we're not trying to use this as any propaganda. We're just using it to justify our topic point that the coverage for Miss Dawkins was vastly different from the coverage for Miss Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, both in itself, ladies that should not have lost their life on tragic circumstances, horrible circumstances, that those two young ladies should still be alive, still be enjoying taking their breath and enjoying life. But unfortunately, some animals decided that they were the judge, jury, and executioner for those young ladies and took their lives. But I want to say that even growing up in the house, you know, I used to remember being called the black boy.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
so it is something that it's embedded in, and it's not saying that the people that was calling us the black boy never love we, you know. It's just they're accustomed
So
to
that.
that. So when they might refer to me as look a black boy, move out of, yeah, it is something that just trigger in their mind.
Yeah. And also you hear that growing up. So what is a thing that gets passed on to you?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Because to tell you a story, my son is vastly light skinned, and even I make fun of his light skin. Even sometimes that he like, oh man, leave me alone. You know.
Yeah.
So it is, even though it's in fun and games, but it's something that was pushed to me from a child, grow up. So I guess in some type of dimension in my mind, it's kind of like, let me make fun of this light skinned kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even my mom, you know, I know she gonna see this, but I think she got some prejudice with light skin. You know?
They know why I say it, because they want to burn me up.
They gonna burn me out, but I see. I could be wrong, mommy. If I'm wrong, I still be corrected. But I see how you react.
It's a redskin boy.
that you used to. Yeah, but you know, there was definitely a disparity, and even to top it off, when the prime minister went to one house and didn't go to the other, he should have realized that was gonna spark a talk in the country, in the whole area of colorism again, because there's definitely colorism in Jamaica. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. When a man in Jamaica have a light-skinned girl, a man say, where you get that pretty brown in there for? She not even have to look like nothing really. She just want browning.
Just one browning, yeah.
Yeah. And a man is a dark-skinned girl back in idea, man, I tell, a black girl there, a black girl. But you know, it's something that's embedded in the culture. And like Mr. Razor said, we need to change it. We need to get rid of it. We need to put it in our scandal bag and dash in our trash. Get it out of here. Colorism is real, and it is in Jamaica. In fact, it is all over the world. It's in America, in the community, in the black community, all over. So we have to do better as people, as I guess the new leaders of the culture to change.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is the Anything Goes podcast. Your boy Sean Peoples. Hey people, if you like what we got going on, Like the vibe, like the movement, like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section. Ring the notification bell so you can see everything that we got going on. We out of here, man.